What's up, guys? Tim Little. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today I'm fishing out in the Midwest with my good buddy Kurt. We're gonna go see if we can catch some big smallmouth during this fall transition stage. We're gonna throw topwater, swim baits, jigs, maybe some hula grubs, stuff like that, and see if we can really figure out these fish. And if we can't figure them out, we'll make the adjustments. So come along as we try and stick some big smallies.
Black. Oh, here we go.
But there's green pumpkin
under this. Got it. Okay.
He came through just fine.
Did he?
Yeah, about 10, 20 minutes later. Tried like releasing them and, you know, give them the push and pull on the tip. Oh, that's a toad.
Just spit up something. No. Tall. Right in the top of the mouth.
Yep. Under like the ugliest dock here.
Right?
No.
Something else.
On the tip.
Oh, the tip, yeah. There you go. Good one. Good one.
So in all fairness, we are literally throwing 18-pound fluorocarbon in 18 inches of water. That fish had Kurt wrapped around, I don't know how many dock support beams.
1, 2, 3, 4 was clear, went back underneath there.
It's a miracle we're getting any of these out, but it's still baffling. It's mind-baffling that these fish are literally sitting in 18 inches of water. You can see bottom, it's all grassy, and the only way to catch them is very slow with the Senko. But that was another 4.5, 5 pound class smallmouth, and not much you can do about it. You get that bait in there and you hope and pray that when you get bit, you can get them out. You win some and you lose some.
It's so shallow. You know, you'd be on the bottom in half a second. I think what's cool about this is, you can let it just. It is just super finessey. Dude, I was under there for so long.
What was that?
Oh no.
I literally was under that dock for at least 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds without even moving that bait. Really having to slow down, pick these docks apart. They all have aluminum frames and everything underwater, so you gotta be real precise with your cast. I skipped that bait up underneath there, maybe my 5th or 6th skip up underneath this specific dock, and fish are just being super finicky today. Didn't move that bait for, like I said, 30 to 45 seconds, and then just a tick, real subtle tick, and unfortunately lost that fish. Never even got to see it, but it just shows you how finicky these fish can be sometimes in this fall transition time. So while I'm retying, I'll kind of explain to you our day. Doing a little, post front smallmouth fishing. You know, we launched at this lake, and this specific lake has a lot of offshore structure, rock piles, humps, stuff typically that would hold these smallmouth this time of year. And we started out deep, throwing jigs. I threw the glide bait, the S-waver, all sorts of things, and never even saw a fish on the side imaging. You know, we spent a lot of time behind the console, idling around, looking at rock piles, and just never saw anything. And then decided to come up shallow. Kurt started off with a real small finesse jig, and I was still throwing the glide bait. And we saw some bait fish. I don't know if they're shiners or shad or what they are in here. Maybe a little perch. But Kurt picked up a Senko, super finessey, weightless 5-inch Senko, and stuck like a 4.5 pound smallmouth. And kind of the light bulb went off, and we both tied on weightless Senkos, and have been just really picking apart this shallow water. It's crazy. These docks are in like 18 inches of water, like seriously super shallow. And the only thing that I can think of, the only thing that we can really think of, is that it's the only structure around. You know, as we've been fishing, it's been sunny, it's been cloudy, it's been sunny, it's been cloudy. No really rhyme or reason of when we're getting bit, but the only thing that's the same is we only get bit around the dock pilings or around the dock frame. So we think they're holding on that stuff. But just super slow fishing. You know, it's been really tough fishing the weightless worm, the weightless Senko in the wind. One tip for you: if you do fire out there, as soon as your bait hits the water, drop your rod tip and get your line or your braid. We're throwing braid to leader. Get your braid to lay on the water instantly, so you don't have a big bow in your line, because with that weightless worm, that wind is going to pull your worm from where you want it to be. If you lay that line on top of the water, as soon as you get that bait where you want it, the braid will lay on the water, get a little heavy, and keep that bait in the strike zone where you want it longer. But we're just fishing the 5-inch Senko. Again, I'm on Kurt's boat, so I don't have a lot of my stuff. But we're fishing a 5-inch Senko, and just a traditional O-ring. Got a little wacky rigger tool, whatever. And I actually tried out this hook for the very first time. Kurt's been playing around with it for a long time. This is the Gamakatsu G Finesse. And of all the fish that we've caught today, they've all been stuck right in the roof of the mouth. Very, very, it's been a good hook. I've been really, really impressed. That fish right there that I just lost was the first fish I lost all day, and been very impressed with this guy right here. It's actually a size 1. It's got a real light wire, I don't know if it's titanium or what, hopefully you can see that, real light wire weed guard. I believe this hook is actually a fly fishing hook. Brent Taylor designed this hook, but he told me about this hook a long time ago for Nico rigs, and I think what they did, they went and put a weed guard on it. But so far today, it's been phenomenal. You know, I did lose that one fish, but I think that was because it was coming out through the chains and the bars and everything. I didn't get a good hook set into it. But again, a little wrap up of what we're doing today. Just don't be afraid to slow down and finesse fish. You know, it could be the difference between blanking and actually catching good fish. So we're gonna keep fishing through these docks and see if we can pick up a little more.
Jeez. Come on. There we go, he's out. This guy does not want to come in. Dude, I just got mouthful of jeez. Right. Step back a little bit. You can come up here. Well, yeah, but you're worried about your nicks in your line from going over the chains. That thing sat there for 30 seconds without moving it. The thing's pinned right in the top of the mouth. Perfect. All right, bud, come on. I don't know how I'm gonna get a fish out of there.
Ah, you don't worry about it. You'll never get a fish out of there if you don't put your bait in there. Guaranteed that.
Got him.
Heat pressure. There you go. That's how you get them out of there.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
That's how you do it.
Oh, shoot. These things pull so hard.
We got nowhere to go but left and right.
Around and around we go. Right. Top of the mouth. Get a little sore. Nice fish. Dang it. I forgot I was back there.
For a second. Oh, I got a fish.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Took it off there and then just
He
fish.
just bit me.
Yep. Taking them off of the snag.
I was hung up messing with Kurt's fish, filming it. I pop it off and it's a largemouth.
Oh, look at that. Oh, pretty one.
It ate it as I popped it off the snag on the dock.
That's dead. second bite with that fish.
Oh, that one's gonna leave a mark.
See me pull
Yeah.
fish out of words. Keep pressure on them and they swing themselves out eventually.
Yeah, if that was like a tournament fish, you'd never even get bit. If you did get bit, it'd break off on the first jump or slap. Or
It'd be like I did.
there he is. Come out! Come out! Got out. Large mouth. Let me come over you. Let me go under you. A green one. All right, guys, I think we're gonna end on this largie right here. Had a great time. You know, it's fall time. The leaves are changing colors. The fish are staging. They're prepping for winter time, and didn't necessarily catch them how we wanted to catch them today, but we caught them pretty good once we slowed down and really picked the docks apart. You know, it's really important to slow down and take your time. As I mentioned before, these fish are up in super shallow water. We're using weightless Senkos, so you got to fish very methodical, and you got to be very accurate with your casts. You know, that one I skipped all the way back to the back shade where that wave runner was kind of sitting off the side of the dock. If you guys have seen our dock fishing videos before, I've kind of explained how to pick docks apart, but with Kurt and I on the boat, and you know, one of us having to go backhand and kind of throws a wrench into things, so you just kind of fish what you can. But overall, a great day. You know, we started off looking for them deep, just wasn't happening. You know, we were hoping that we could catch them schooled up on a hump or a ledge or a rock pile. We could crank them, we could swim bait them. We even ran shallow and I threw topwater for a long time. I threw the S-Waver and just nothing. And we really slowed down with the weightless Senko, and that's been our best bite by far. And we're gonna call it a day. We still have a long drive home, but let me go over the gear real quick. Throwing a 7'1" spinning rod, like a 2-power rod, medium light, and throwing, hey, what pound braid is this on here? 12-pound braid with an 18-pound fluorocarbon leader. You know, that was one of the biggest things for me today. I started off with 8 or 10 pound, and every fish that we were hooking up underneath those pilings and the structures of the dock were just rubbing that line, shredding that line. So we jumped it up to 18-pound test and didn't have any issues. Again, we're throwing that Gamakatsu G Finesse. What's this one called? Just the G Finesse?
Oh, it's a G Finesse.
I will link it down below in the video description, just like always. But this is a size 1, and again, has that titanium weed guard, 5-inch green pumpkin black flake Senko with an O-ring. Just skipping this thing up there and working it very slow. Skip it up under there, looking for those shade pockets, sit on bottom, give it 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, hop, and usually you get a doop, and then it was war to get them out. But great day on the water. We caught some giant smallmouth, and we had a blast. So thanks, Kurt, for taking me out. If you guys like this video or learned something from it, please give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to our channel. We do 3 videos a week for you. We appreciate you guys. Have a good one.